For a whole century, power was measured in barrels of oil. Whoever controlled the tap controlled the decision. But in 2026, the equation has changed. The new oil is data. The new engine is artificial intelligence. Saudi Arabia and the UAE are currently fighting the fiercest technological race in modern history. Their goal? To transform the desert from an energy mine into a digital mind that runs the world. We are talking about multi-billion-dollar deals with Microsoft, undersea cables carrying the planet's internet, and internationally restricted microchips. Are the Gulf states trying to build digital sovereignty to bypass the West? And how will they handle the monster threatening this entire plan? Heat. To understand the magnitude of what is happening, look at the hardware. Building an AI data center requires thousands of advanced Nvidia H100 chips. These are not just electronic parts. They are now a strategic commodity that the US bans from export to certain countries, fearing military superiority. Here comes the masterstroke. The UAE, through G42, signed a historic $1.5 billion deal with Microsoft. This isn't just an investment, it is a security clearance allowing sensitive American tech to move to the region with guarantees. Saudi Arabia is also pouring billions to attract Amazon and Google Cloud. The goal isn't just to host your data, but to develop sovereign AI. They want to own their own models like Jace and Falcon to become producers of technology, not just consumers. This shifts the global balance of power. But why the Gulf and Egypt specifically? Look at the map. About 17% of global internet traffic passes through the Red Sea. It is the digital choke point of the planet. Any data moving from Asian factories to European consumers passes through here. Building data centers here drastically reduces latency. Instead of data traveling thousands of miles to servers in Dublin or Virginia, it gets processed locally in Riyadh or Dubai. This geographic location is a fortune no less important than natural gas. That is why Google is laying giant new cables like Blue Ramen to link India to Europe through Saudi Arabia and the UAE. Ambition has no limits, but physics does. Running these digital reactors in an environment that hits 50 degrees Celsius seems like engineering madness. Standard air cooling wastes catastrophic amounts of water and electricity. The solution being applied now is liquid immersion cooling. Servers are completely submerged in special synthetic oils. This fluid absorbs heat 1,000 times more efficiently than air and cuts electricity cooling by 95%. But where does the power come from? The plan is a direct link to giant solar plants. By day, the sun runs the servers. By night, that's where grid integration and storage come in. The Gulf is betting that cheap solar energy will offset the high cost of cooling. However, building these digital fortresses is not just an engineering challenge, it is walking through a political minefield. The United States does not see these centers as buildings, it sees them as weapons. In 2023, Washington suddenly halted exports of certain AI chips to Saudi Arabia and the UAE. Why? American terror has one name: China. Washington fears what it calls the back door. Imagine using advanced American tech inside a Gulf data center while the technicians or the surrounding infrastructure are Chinese-made, perhaps by Huawei. Here, America set a harsh condition. You want our best chips? Get rid of Chinese technology. And that is exactly what happened with the UAE's G42, which had to cut ties with Chinese providers to secure the Microsoft partnership. Saudi Arabia, on the other hand, is playing a more dangerous balancing act. They are partnering with China's Alibaba Cloud while simultaneously buying terabytes of American tech. The Gulf is now the battlefield of the tech Cold War. The real danger isn't a power outage. The danger is, if a global conflict erupts, who holds the kill switch for these centers? Is it Riyadh and Abu Dhabi, Or is it Washington and Beijing? We are witnessing the birth of infrastructure for a new era. In the past, nations fought to control the Strait of Hormuz and the Suez Canal for oil tankers. Today and tomorrow, the conflict will be over who owns the servers that store the world's memory. The Kingdom and the Emirates have decided not to be mere spectators in this era, but the main players.